And then I'm excited to talk about today's topic. Ultimately, it's about a fresh start. What are the next 365 days going to look like for you? Because remember this, you can create your life by design, which is what I teach and I'm all about, by being mindful and intentional, or you can create your life by default, going through life's motions, living in autopilot, and being unconscious. I hope you choose the former. Ultimately, I want to share with you an alarming statistic because I do not want you to be another statistic. But I read this literally just the other day. This was an article published in November of 2022, so just a few weeks ago. Listen to this so that this isn't you, okay? 43% of all people expect to fail before February. Now, we're talking New Year's resolutions, okay? And hopefully, you're getting the idea that you want change or growth, expansion in your finances, business, work, promotion, relationships. We'll get to that in a moment. So, anyway, 43% of people expect to fail before February. Any of my gym goers know those first like 4 weeks kind of suck because they're so crowded, and then the crowds wean out by February. Almost 1 out of 4 quit within the first week of setting their New Year's resolution. Most people quit before the end of January, and only nine, sorry, my chair just broke. Okay, and only 9% see their resolutions through succession. 9% successfully keep their New Year's resolutions. That means the majority, 91% of people set out with an intention, right? You have a desire, there's something you want. So that's your conscious mind. That's 5% of the picture. 91% of people fail. So there's a reason behind that. And I'll tell you, this is a free training on my website, heatherhakes.com. 95% of your programming and everything happening in your life comes from your subconscious mind. So if you have this desire, more money, lose weight's a big one, right? First of all, if you gained like 60 pounds last year and you're impatient because you haven't lost weight in the first 14 days, well, it took you a year to put it on. It's going to take a little time to get it off, right? But ultimately, here's what I want to break it down. This 5% desire for change in your life, whatever area it is that you're seeking, you're trying to override 95% of your programming. And that's why 91% of people fail, but not you. And here's how I want to help you to not be part of that statistic. Number one, the very first step in any change is awareness. If you haven't yet, let me just share this with you. If you haven't yet, this is a totally free resource. It's called the Life Assessment. It's on my website. So if you're kind of sitting in a space of like, I don't even know what I want to change in my life. I don't even know what I want, because that's what I hear most often. If you don't even know what you want, where you're dissatisfied, take this life assessment. It's totally free, instant results. So you can see kind of where your pain points are. And ultimately, that's where you'd want to create change. So that's step number one, kind of creating clarity. What do you even want? Step number two is that awareness piece. Well, how have you been thinking and being? You have to realize your thoughts and your habits are going to have to change if you want new health results, if you want new financial results, if you want, this has come across for the last few weeks. People who are taking that life assessment literally rank their satisfaction on a 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Relationships, a 1. Can you, like, I feel your pain, but it doesn't have to be that way. And a lot of people are lonely, and the other majority are in a miserable, toxic relationship. So maybe that's the big area of life you want to change. For those that are watching live, I would love to hear from you. Have you already set a New Year's resolution? And if not, I highly recommend right now is the time to sit down. Maybe give yourself an hour just to sit down and get clear. What do you want in the next, and keep it contained, okay? What do you want in the next 365 days? Is it more travel and adventure? Is it a social circle? Is it financial abundance? Is it growing your business, getting promoted? What area of life do you want that change? And here's the thing I also believe about those 91% of people that fail. If you're trying to change every single area of life, you don't have clarity, you don't have focus, you don't have attention, And that don't set yourself up for failure, right? And this obviously also comes down to self-sabotage. If you have this conscious desire of wanting change, but your subconscious programming, you don't feel worthy, you will self-sabotage to keep yourself comfortable, to keep yourself in the known, right? And that's what I say about a comfort zone. It's a boring ass box. You're going to have to get outside of the comfort zone in order to create this change. And I just want you to know you have the capability of greatness and whatever it is you desire when you get out of your own way. But you have to start thinking and being different. I want you to understand that every area of your life, your relationships, your finances, your health, your business, every area of life, what is the common denominator? You. So if you are the common denominator and you take responsibility for your life, that was my post yesterday that got a lot of engagement. You have to become 100% responsible to take your power back and to get clear because you are 100% responsible for your results in life. Michael's saying, I love it. And Jill said, already set my goals. Jill, can you just share one? And do you have an action plan? Do you have accountability to see this through? Do you have the self-discipline to get to your end results? And here's what I want to offer you. Accountability is huge. I've invested in myself for many years, having my own coaches and, online programs. And so there are two ways to join. If like you're new to this and you're like, I don't want to be part of that 91% because I don't want you to either. There are two ways to work with me. One, you can join my unlimited, it's a monthly membership. It's a no-brainer, $47 a month for a weekly call every single week. Or you can work with me one-on-one if you want to go all in and really highlight your pain points, create an action plan, clarity, a blueprint, and that forward focus. I also provide one-on-one coaching. Ultimately, I just want you to know you don't have to do this alone. I don't want you to fail again. I don't want you to be part of those 91% of people just getting by, okay? You're better than that. All right, so I don't know what this means, Michael. Get out of the bob. And he put it in quotes, B-O-B. Can you please let me know what that means? Okay, Jill wants to start a YouTube channel and begin posting videos tomorrow. Awesome. Jill, here's what I would recommend for you. Just a little piece of advice. I started podcasting 5 years ago and I have stayed extremely consistent. Just dropped episode 480. Here's how I stayed consistent. I committed to, now something that was attainable, 2 podcasts a week. So for you, if you're going from 0 and you're like, I'm going to make a new video every single day, don't set yourself up for failure. Okay. Maybe you commit to 1 video a week. Maybe you commit to 2, but bite-sized pieces, right? Chunkable so you can actually take that action and create the results. So I love that. Good for you. I also would highly recommend when I first started podcasting, I was all over the place, all things personal development. I didn't have clarity, focus. And so I didn't have a lot of growth. When I went all in on mindset and manifesting, that's it. Those are the 2 topics I talk about and preach about. I saw phenomenal growth. So that's the only thing I offer you. Clarity on focus and what are you going to commit to? How much posting? Yes, look, we all know consistency is key in any area of your life. Think about this, like when you get into a relationship, dating is fun. But then when you are going through the motions and you're not putting in effort anymore and you're not going on dates, like that's when I think relationships crumble, right? You have to continually put forth effort, stay consistent, make it fun. I mean, this is your life we're talking about. Thank you. Perfectly explained. Okay. Sorry, I missed this. Oh, I missed a couple of you. Sorry. Ben. Oh gosh, let's talk about 75 Hard. I love this. So Ben is starting 75 Hard on January 2nd. So love that. He has a clear intention and a date. He knows when he's starting. Ben, here's what I'm going to recommend for you because I've done 7. It took me 3 trials to finally complete 75 Hard. So just know that, okay? And now that app has come out. So number 1, I would highly recommend for you, I think it's like $5. Purchase the 75 Hard app because that's the accountability. It's right there in your phone. if you haven't heard of 75 Hard, let me explain it real quick. 75 Hard was put on by Andy Frisella. It really is health, fitness, but it's mindset. It really is mindset. But ultimately, you have to do these 5 things every single day, right? That's the consistency and commitment. Drink a gallon of water, which, if you're new to that, you might be peeing every 20 minutes, but it'll get better. So, drink a gallon of water every day. You have to work out twice a day, 45 minutes each. One must be outdoors. And for me, my second one counted, I would go and walk my dog because it doesn't have to be strenuous. Okay, so gallon of water, 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each. The third one is you must read 10 pages of a personal development or business book. You have to stick to a diet, whatever that means for you. I think of it as a meal plan. I don't like the term diet, and no alcohol. So that's it. You have to commit. And a daily photo. That's what I missed once. And you got to start back over. So a progress pic. Here's the thing. If you miss one of those 5 daily things, you have to start back over on day 1. So Ben, again, just get that app, or I literally wrote out a daily checklist so I could check it off and rip it off every single day. Because for me, that's accomplishment, right? I did it. I had the accountability. I knew what I was doing. And you really got to plan your life around it. So go you, congrats to you. You'll see big efforts, but results. Ultimately, for me, it was about mindset, consistency, persistence. So I love the discipline of it as well. Okay, Christopher, top goal, mental health leading to physical health. Interesting. Okay, so you have a little bit of clarity. It sounds like you want less chaos up here, right? Less chaos between your ears. And obviously, to be more physically maybe active or healthy, maybe that is to lose weight. However, Christopher, in my opinion, this goal, extremely vague, right? We know SMART, specific, measurable, actionable result, whatever time. Okay, so for you, Christopher, all I would offer, let me go back up. What does mental health look like for you? Is it implementing if this is new to you, take on one thing, build that mindset muscle, and then you can add to it. But is it maybe sitting in meditation? Is it journaling? What is this mental health piece that you're going to implement? Step 2, what's your plan for physical health? Is it meal planning? Is it not eating out maybe only once a week? Is it lose a specific amount of weight? Like, too much vague there. Get some clarity, something specific and measurable, and maybe chunk it down. The next 30 days looks like this. And then, let's see if, okay. Christopher, I hope that helps. I'd love to hear more from you. Okay, Jill says, thank you. Yes, a consistency. Okay, so Ben, 75 hard. This is 75 hard, guys. So he's saying that this will be his second time. Last time made it to 55 days and sold myself on that I had earned. Oh, love this. Ben, thank you for sharing. Because look, we talk ourselves out of greatness, right? This guy, he was 20 days out of hitting this goal. Look, it's not, I had a friend try to do it with me. And she's like, I'll do 75 medium because I still want to be able to drink. And I was like, that's not 75 hard, right? We try to justify and talk ourselves out of greatness. So here's what Ben did. He's like, 55 days was good. I'd learned what I needed. And so he's saying I needed to commit to doing 75 and then doing it again on a certain date. I will get app again and truly appreciate your advice on consistency, mindset, and manifesting. 100%. I love this stuff, right? We truly are the creators of our reality. It truly comes down to your daily practices. That's why diets are BS, right? It's about creating a healthy lifestyle. We know diets don't work. People yo-yo, just like, right? You show up for a little bit and you go back to your old ways of being. You literally have to get into space of reinventing yourself, right? That person that put on 60 pounds is one version of you. That healthy person, mind, body, soul that I love to talk about is another version of you. It's actually like the real version of you. So it's peeling back and unlearning all the BS belief systems and creating this version 2.0. Who do you need to show up? And this is a daily practice. Or, of course, you will always revert back into that old way of being. You're better than that. Thanks for sharing, Ben. I wish you luck. This will be great. All right, Mike is saying great stuff. I remind myself that the only competition is you. Only 9% are left in no, not 9% are left in February. 9% make it through a New Year's resolution. So yeah, a small percentage of people stay disciplined and consistent and you will win. 100%, right? Because if we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20. That is easy to do in business. Look, I love social media because I get to connect with you, right? I get to reach people. We have someone in India. I get to reach people globally, and I am so grateful for that aspect of social media. However, there's a lot of negativity in social media as well, right? So you got to learn to filter through. But if I'm comparing myself to somebody who's been in my industry for 10, 15 years, and I'm like, I'm never going to have what she has. I'm never going to be as good as him. Then of course you're going to self-sabotage because you don't have the belief behind it. Belief, consistency, and that mindset will carry you through. So be part of the 9%, not the 91%. Okay. Why no liquor? Richard, that's just part of 75 hard. Honestly, I barely drink anymore. I'm about to enter a 72-hour water fast just because the like literally detoxing, cleansing my body because I'm going to talk about that next week. But no liquor. There's like literally not one benefit to drinking. Literally not one. Um, and alcohol tends to help like you put on weight, right? It's a lot of empty calories, maybe it leads to binge eating. It's just like it's just part of 75 hard. And I'm not against drinking. If you enjoy a glass of wine or whiskey or whatever, go you. But if you're always getting blackout drunk, that's a problem. Okay, Ben, yes, thank you. All right, Chris is saying, isn't New Year's an arbitrary point in time? I do not have any New Year's resolutions. What do you have to say about that? Okay, so I 100% agree. You do not have to wait until January 1st to create change in your life. You can start this moment. You can start today. Never wait to put off creating change in your life because there's never a good time, right? Somebody commented on my Instagram because I shared I'm doing this 72-hour water fast, and he was like, dang, during the holidays? And I'm even doing it over New Year's and New Year's Eve because why not, right? There's never a good time to create change. There's never a good time to do hard things. Do them anyway. So yeah, what I love about New Year's resolution, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of high vibe, there's a lot of momentum and focus, and so it's like ride that wave. But to be part of the 9% that succeed, stay consistent, have accountability, uh, and a plan. But yes, I agree. You don't need New Year's. Okay, Tom is saying you have to get rid of the distractions. Social media can be very toxic. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. Yes. Here's the thing though. We can always blame social media is so toxic, right? Well, one, you can unfollow and filter through what you're getting. I do it all the time. I intentionally follow, it's literally 40 accounts on Instagram because I'm very mindful of what I'm intaking. Instagram's my favorite platform, but it's a lot of quotes, it's a lot of videos. Like I am constantly doing this work. I don't just do it when I feel like it. So find the good in everything because it's easy to find the bad, right? Calling it toxic. There's so much good about social. Somebody else is saying, I've always strived to be better than I was yesterday. Yeah, you know what I love about that is rather than this BHAG, right? Your big, hairy, audacious goal, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Just show up 1% better today, and that is a compound effect. 1% better. 1% change in your thoughts, 1% change in your habits or your beliefs, and you will see change. I don't compare myself to other people because that way leads to envy and insecurity for sure. But you know what I would like to add on this topic of the comparison? I like to use it as more evidence of what's possible. Again, this is a shift in perception, a shift in perspective. I truly have taught myself how to find the good in everything. So if I see somebody, making 7 figures or a New York Times bestseller or whatever area of life it may be. I'm like, okay, that's evidence of what's possible. If it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. I don't see it in a jealousy standpoint, but again, perspective. However, I find if you do not compare yourself to others, you come across to others as arrogant, which leads to negative social consequence. Okay, let me reread this. What? If you do not compare yourself to others, you come across as arrogant. Are you saying like, I don't know, that's a very interesting perspective. I'm trying to hear you and understand. So if I'm only focused on me, it's super arrogant, which leads to negative social consequences. I'd love for you to expand on that because that is very new to me. Again, like I don't see it as arrogant. If I'm focused on me, right? I love the idea of stay in your lane. And it's not about comparison. I don't believe in the need to compete. I believe there's plenty for all of us, right? In a world of 8 billion people, we're not going to other planets to get resources. Everything we need is here, and I believe there's enough for all of us. I love for you sharing your perspective. Thank you for that. Okay, so for others that are watching live, or if you're watching the replay, I'd love to hear from you. Have you created a New Year's resolution? Do you have clarity for 2023? How is 2023 going to be different for you than 2022? Nothing changes until you change, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting new results. This is a fresh start. Think of it as a blank slate. But remember, you don't have to wait for January 1st. You can literally start today. Start this afternoon. Start tomorrow morning. Don't procrastinate because I know you procrastinators out there. 80% of adults admit to procrastinating. Now is the time. Stop putting your happiness off. Stop putting your wealth and abundance off. Okay, this person is just clarifying their statement. In other words, insecure people are comfortable around insecure people. Well, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? You're the average of the 5 people you spent the most time with. So, yes, if you are insecure, you're going to naturally attract insecure people. I would agree. If you don't compare yourself to others, your security threatens their insecurities. Okay. I'm just going to agree to disagree. Thank you for sharing. But I do not think that my confidence or my security is going to threaten somebody else. Again, I think it's evidence, it's proof. I believe in, influencing the energy of the room, not matching the energy of the room. I believe there's an amazing image. I love this. It's a box of matches and one match is lit, and I know that one match, one light, one person can influence an entire room, an entire community. So I don't see it as that. Yes, your vibe attracts your tribe. 100%. We know this, right? Like if you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, you're going to keep getting more of the same. But if you want to grow, let's say you hang out with, a bunch of people making 50 grand a year just getting by, but you bitch and complain a lot. Nothing in your life is going to change. But you could be the one person to influence that social circle because if you start thinking and being different, they're either going to match your energy or they're going to fall away, right? I love the saying that people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And understand and be okay with, when you hit that, if you want to think of it as a next level or version 2.0 of you, not everyone can come with you and no judgment. But if you allow people to keep you stuck, comfortable, that's on you. Just know that when you rise up, they will meet you or they will fall away. It's just part of it. The energy you project is the energy you attract 100%. Right? I would love to further deep dive this on another live stream, but ultimately quantum physics teaches us this, that our thoughts and emotions are literally, we are in an energetic field. And what you put out, like I think of it as a boomerang effect. What you put out, you get back. So, yes, the energy you project, you're going to get the same back. So, if you are high vibe, if you are grateful, if you are feeling abundant, you're going to get more things to feel grateful and abundant about. Life is literally is a self-fulfilling prophecy. I have loved today's conversation. There's so many of you joined in. I love this. If any of you are still watching live or have questions, feel free to drop it in the chat while I'm here. I'd love to help you. Otherwise, number one, I want to wish you a happy, prosperous, abundant 2023. And it's totally on you. You are capable of change. You are capable of greatness. When you start thinking and being different consistently every single day, creating this as a lifestyle, right? It's not a short term, it's not a diet. All right. If there are